Hi, I'm David Vannasdall, Superintendent for Arcadia Unified School District. We're a school district with about 10,000 students, K through 12, near Pasadena, California. I want to talk a little bit about a principal search. This is something that every superintendent, administrator at district office has to deal with at some point, and recognizing that our principals are rock stars, right? There are leaders of campuses that have just an amazing amount of responsibility to carry out the vision and the mission of our district. At the same time, they're running a small city often, with hundreds of students and the parents and staff. And their ability to lead and set that vision and just be that leader that everyone needs on that campus is so vital. So when a principal leaves, it's a major impact to that campus and to that community. And I know personally when my own kids have experienced a principal leaving from their school, there's a lot of anxiety. And so over the years, I feel like we've been very successful at having meetings with the different constituents. Like we have a parent meeting utilizing our PTA to help us kind of bring some parents in. We have a staff meeting with the staff of that specific school where we ask them, bring them together and say, what are the things that are going well? What are the qualities that you would like to see in a principal before we start this search? We just really want to get those voices involved in the conversation so that when we go out, we can really hone in on what are those qualities. Sometimes there's a lot of amazing leaders out there, but it's really about fit. Are they the right fit and personality? Because we all know each school has their own unique personality. So just really finding that is so important to that work. What I found over the years was that you would sit down with a group, whether it's the parents or the teachers, and often, first of all, you only had the people that decided that they could show up that day. And it wasn't always that they didn't care, but from a parent's perspective, they're at work, and we might get 20 parents that show up out of a population of 1,000 kids. And they would try to speak on behalf of the other parents about what they're seeing, but clearly their lens is their personal lens. Same with teachers. Sometimes you'd get the loudest teacher that just had that grudge, or this is the most important thing to me, and that's what dominated the half hour of conversation. We decided to do something different and had an amazing experience. We did a conversation prior to those meetings. So we still had those face-to-face meetings, and those were vital. But what we did was we asked a very simple question before we entered the meeting. For parents, it was, as a parent, community member, what qualities would you like to see in the new principal? Very open-ended, very general. That information involved now hundreds of parents, literally hundreds of parents that were commenting on that question and really sharing from their perspective, their experiences, what's important to me. And we did the same thing for staff. So when I entered those meetings, I got to start from such a higher elevated level of conversation. Instead of saying, okay, what's important? And we spend a half hour brainstorming, and some people are, the introverts don't really want to share, someone's dominating. I started simply by saying, I know that you guys already participated in this, right? You've seen this question, you had a chance. Let's look at the results together. I threw up the results up on the board, and everyone looked at what was starred, what was, what got the most, kind of elevated to the top. And we just started by chewing on the ones that were at the top first and said, let's put some narrative to this. What might cause, 200 people to star this comment? Tell me a little more about that so I understand as I lead this search. It instantly just created a level of conversation that I had never seen before. I mean, everyone in the room was engaged. They were sharing stories, but they were very focused on the themes that already were emerged. And when I walked out of there, the feedback of people thanking me for engaging them in the process was at a level I hadn't seen before. So I just encourage people that when you're in this situation where you have to make these very important decisions on the next leader of a building, just think about how you might be able to use this tool to engage more people in the process and actually get them to go deeper. When we hired the new principal, not only did we use it to hire the principal, but it was what we used to set their goals for that first year, because we already had the roadmap. right? The parents, the teachers already told us this is what we need as a community. It made it real easy transition to say to the new principal, here's what we need from you this year. This is what your focus is.